Hey, Cub fans! Welcome to Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs in a delighted and optimistic way. And I am certainly optimistic about Jordan Wicks as a pitcher for the Chicago Cubs. So, the rotation as it stands right now, maybe we have four pitchers that are sort of slotted for rotation spots. So we got some questions to answer, and I think one of those answers could be Jordan Wicks. In fact, if I had to pick right now, Jordan Wicks would be my fifth starter, and but of course there's plenty of time between now and opening day to find out. But I just thought it would be worthwhile to do a piece on Jordan Wicks, talk to you guys a little bit about what you can expect, what Jordan brings to the table, and what we should be looking for next year. So let's just kick back, relax. Let's talk a little Jordan Wicks here. Jordan Wicks, 24 years old, 6'3", 220. So he's not a frail young man. He's 6'3", 220, so he's thick, left-handed pitcher. And he's unique in a lot of ways. Jordan Wicks is a unique pitcher, and I think that his uniqueness is his strengths. So one of the things that I thought was unique about him is out of high school in Arkansas, he wasn't really scouted. He's barely scouted at all, and really hardly recruited. So he wasn't on everybody's radar. He was sort of under the radar kid. Ends up going to Kansas State. Well, he gets to Kansas State, and all he did was get people out. And I think when start talking about his pitches, and in the mix of his pitches, you'll start to go, oh, I can see that. You kind of have to see Jordan Wicks get people out before you really go, oh, this kid's really good. The intangibles, his pitches weren't, he didn't have this electric arm where everybody just was blowing up the radar gun and they saw it. You got to watch Jordan Wicks pitch to really appreciate what he gets done. So that's what happened at Kansas State. He just shows up Kansas State and just wins. Ends up breaking the school record for strikeouts in a season at 118. Broke the career mark at 230. So had a stellar career at K-State, and of course now he's on everybody's radar because he just gets people out. Cubs drafted him first round, 21st overall. Wrote him a check for $3.2 million as a signing bonus. So congratulations, Jordan Wicks, and welcome to the Chicago Cubs. So now he's here, and I was really rooting for him. When the Cubs drafted him and I was doing my research on him, I really liked it. It's like, okay, I'm really hoping that this guy has success, that it doesn't play. Well, it played. So he started out in high A. He played at all three levels, played well, had success at every level. 2 years later, he accumulated these numbers. So I'll walk you through his minor league numbers just to kind of get us on the same page here. But he had 48 games in the minor leagues, went 11-6 overall. Had a 3.73 ERA in 193 innings pitched. He had a 1.22 WHIP. 236 average against, struck out 225 and walked 63. So very solid minor league numbers across the board. Numbers that you would look at and go, okay, that appears to be a guy you can count on. The 1.22 WHIP, like that. 11-6, of course, is good win-loss. 236 average against, really good. Not great, not phenomenal, but just gives you a sense that this kid's getting people out, and he did. So Jordan got a chance to make his Cubs debut last year late, and I thought he looked great. I really do. I was impressed by him. A lot of times, major league debuts can be overwhelming for pitchers, but I thought Jordan Wicks came in and did a phenomenal job. He did have one outing that blew up on him, and I mean really blew up. And because of that one outing in a small sample size, his numbers for last year are higher than what I think would be a true indication of what he did last year, if that makes sense. So he pitched in 7 games, had 4-1 record, but his ERA ballooned to 4.41, and that one outing really caused that. 34 innings pitched, 1.27 WHIP, average against 252. 24 strikeouts, 11 base on balls. So you look at those numbers, and I don't believe, for me, in my eyes, that those numbers are a good indication of what I saw Jordan Wicks do last year with the Cubs. But that's where we are. So let's talk about Jordan's pitches. Well, what kind of a pitcher is he? I said he's unique. He's different. And why is he different? He's a left-handed pitcher, and he's got a tremendous array of pitches. And it's how he uses those pitches that makes him special. So we're going to grade him out, starting with his best pitch, and we'll work our way down. Well, his best pitch is his changeup. And his changeup graded out as the highest rated changeup in his draft class. So his changeup throws it in the low 80s, and his changeup has this tumbling effect. So it's a changeup that has movement that where it just drops right off the table, and it's nasty. I mean, it's as nasty a changeup as you're going to see a rookie throw. And that's why Jordan Wicks is in the major leagues, is that changeup. It's an unbelievable pitch. And that's how he gets left or right-handed hitters out, is very similar in the way that Mark Leiter Jr. gets left-handed hitters out with his tumbling changeup. Jordan Wicks has that changeup as well. So when you watch Jordan Wicks pitch, you think, okay, he leads with his changeup. That's the pitch that hitters have trouble with. So his fastball is four-seamer. It's not a 98-mile-an-hour heat. Jordan's four-seam fastball averages between 91 93 miles an hour. Don't get me wrong, if he wants to rear back and unload, he can top out at 96, but his fastball is 91 93, but it's got a riding action on it that really causes hitters to have trouble getting on top of it. So Jordan pitches in reverse. You know, most pitchers, go heat, and the batter has to speed up, and then they throw the changeup to get them off balance. Jordan does the opposite of that. Hitters have to look for the changeup down and away at low 80s, and it tumbles off, and they're leaning out there. Next thing you know, Jordan throws this four-seamer. It's only 92, 93. It's got that ride on it. Next thing you know, it's in their kitchen, and it blows by them. It plays like a 98-mile-an-hour fastball because of the way it moves and because of the way that his changeup causes hitters to look down and away. And, the fact that Jordan as a lefty can get out right-handers, that to me is the part that makes him special. We know that he's going to give the average left-handed hitter trouble as any left-hander would, but the fact that he's got not only a plan but an arsenal to control a right-handed lineup makes him unique. So we'll think changeup, and then we'll think that four-seamer is a pretty decent pitch. He's also got a slider that it's probably average slider, but with his plus changeup and that riding fastball, that slider, he can get down in that back foot of a righty. He can throw that pitch down and away on a lefty. It's got enough. So his slider is, I'm going to call it an average slider, but the way it plays off of the changeup and the fastball, I think, makes it even better. He does throw the occasional sinker, so he's got that in his arsenal as well. And he's been working on a curveball. And I think his curveball, which was described as fringy in the scouting reports that I read, I thought that was an interesting word. I guess fringy means barely doable. But I also saw an interview that Jordan did recently where he was talking about his curveball and how he's been working on it. And he says it's definitely getting better. And I'm thinking, well, if it becomes a serviceable curveball, which to me what his slider is at this point, his slider's serviceable, and with the changeup, the riding four-seamer, the slider, if he can start spinning it with command, I think that's plenty. And we talk about command, that's the other thing. Because Jordan is not what I'd call a power pitcher, he doesn't really get out of himself when he throws. He's got a really easy, smooth, repeatable motion delivery, and so he locates very well. Jordan's not the wild thing type of a lefty that comes in and just starts throwing nasty gas, and if he has command on that day he's good, but if he's not, it's craziness. Jordan Wicks has command, so very interesting lefty pitcher. the name Tom Glavine sort of comes to mind. I'm obviously not comparing Jordan Wicks to Tom Glavine, but Tom Glavine was a lefty, but he had command and had pitches that by themselves possibly weren't great, but his pitches all had purpose. They all had they achieved the desired effect, and he could put it where he wanted to put it. And I think that's a little bit about how Jordan Wicks approaches it. He's got an arsenal. He's got one pitch that's devastating. I mean, that could be enough for a lot of guys, but he's got two or three other very serviceable pitches that play off of his changeup very, very well. And because he's got that easy release, he's got command of it, and I don't expect him to struggle with his control. The other thing I like about Jordan Wicks is I think he's a creative pitcher. I think that Jordan Wicks is a very intelligent young man, and I think he pitches with a very cerebral approach. And we talk about him being a pitcher. I think that's what he is. And, not a thrower, he's a pitcher. I think he understands what he's doing, why he's doing it, where he wants to put it, and why he wants to put it there. And I think that is very special for a young man like Jordan Wicks to be at that level cerebrally, where he understands what pitching's about, how to keep hitters off balance, and I see that. So the other thing that I really like about Jordan Wicks, I know he's smart and he's a good pitcher and he's got arsenal, and is he's very competitive. Dude's a bulldog, man. Yeah, and that combination sometimes is hard to get. You get a cerebral guy who's a bulldog. Think Greg Maddux, cerebral and a bulldog, just an assassin, like a predator on the mound, just trying to destroy you. And I think Jordan Wicks has that mentality. I think Jordan Wicks isn't looking to just survive the outing. I think he's looking to dominate. I think that his confidence level is such that he knows what he's doing. He's not confused. He's got an arsenal that he can use. It's a predator with several different ways to beat you. So I'm high on Jordan Wicks, and I think that he's got a very good chance of landing a spot in the rotation for 2024. And I'll tell you what, if he does, I'm looking forward to watching it. I think you're going to see Jordan Wicks pitch for the Cubs, whether it's in the rotation or out of the bullpen. I think he's got too much upside. He's too unique. The intangibles that he brings. So, I don't want to put too much pressure on Jordan, but I really expect a lot out of him, and I'm looking forward to seeing him pitch in 2024. So there's our Jordan Wicks talk. We'll all be anxious to watch what he does in 2024. So, all right, I'll let you out of here. In the meantime, thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7. And don't forget, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Get that alert going, because as we get closer to the season, things that pop up, I might be blasting some new information out, short snippets. Make sure you don't miss any of that. So thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time. Go Cubs, go.